So I'm on the go right now. I'm in a moving vehicle. No, I'm not the driver. But I am on the go, and I just feel called to do a reading. It doesn't matter where I am. I have to do it when I feel called. So it's going to be kind of a funny angle, you guys, but hang tight. Literally hang tight, okay? Because you're hanging from the visor in my car. I think that should work. Okay. This is very interesting. Okay, thank you guys for tuning in. So today it's actually Shabbat. It's the Sabbath. It's we're coming up to it actually when it's sundown. That's when it begins. So 2 days before the full moon, and 2 days before any of the significant cycles within the one cycle, I always get the download then. So I'm always getting the seed of what is to culminate 2 days later. So by the time of Shabbat, I'm always receiving the information or codes about the moon, which I usually share with you guys on the day of. So the new moon, the half moon, and the full moon. So we're coming up to the full moon now in 2 days. So today is about to be Shabbat. This evening is going to be Shabbat. So I call this the pre-integration reading, the pre-integration activation. Right now is really a time of summarizing everything that we just went through. In fact, this entire cycle was a reevaluation from the new moon till now. We started off with the new moon initiation being the third and final eclipse of that 3 eclipse series. So it's a very powerful new beginning and activation. It was an active reevaluation. We were literally reevaluating ourselves on the go, on all these adventures. A lot of us have been very active, literally, on adventures, traveling, just making big changes with a lot of fire and passion within us. And so we started off there. Then we had the inspiration activation. Those videos are up if you are subscribed to my YouTube channel. If you're not, you can just search Rebecca Magic on YouTube. The inspiration activation was for the halfway point, and that was all about really a continuation of the first and initiating this new way of living here on the earth, a new way of connecting to this earth. What is our highest mission? Really reevaluating who we are and then acting upon it as quickly as possible to most quickly transform into the highest version of ourselves here now. So as we come up to the integration activation, which is the full moon, which is all about integrating everything we've learned, we're basically going to be summarizing a summary. Because this whole thing, we had the judgment card come up a lot, this whole past cycle, the whole cycle so far, which is coming to its ending in 2 days, has all been about judgment of the self from a more righteous perspective. Really what it means is reevaluating who we've been because of who we thought we were and asking ourselves who we are now. That's what this whole cycle has been about. So it's really been summarizing our entire life up until this point and evaluating that, looking at that. So this integration activation that's coming up is actually going to be a very brief review because we already reviewed. It was an active review, so now we're just locking it in. That's what that's going to be about. So today, this reading I'm going to do right now is about the full moon in 2 days. What are you wanting to show us before that arrives? What do you want to show us to prepare us for that beautiful night of the revelation of your fullest light? La Luna. Water of water. She is the water of water queens, or water cups is the water element. So she is the sailor of the ship in the ocean of emotion, so to say. She is the heart that makes the decisions. Something to look out for is to be careful of not making decisions from an irrational place, an irrational state of mind. Make sure that you let your feelings guide you, but when you act upon them, the action is not just the queen. Then we have a different layout there. The action would also involve fire, which would involve perhaps the knight of water, the knight of cups, which would be the fire of cups. That is the active expression. So it's a little bit different. Right now we're focusing on the queen, and she is the just getting in touch with the heart, and then sinking into that, really being honest with her emotions. Then the king can take action upon it, or the knight can take action upon it, depending depending on the rest of the layout that surrounds it, right? So this is where we're headed, is really to get in touch with our emotions once and for all in a way that we really feel them and just focus on understanding them before we do any kind of action upon them. Okay? Then we have what we need to know, and it's the King of Pentacles. We need to know that the masculine is stepping into his rightful place as the securer of the Queen of Pentacles, who was in our last 2 readings for this cycle. We need to know that there is a balance now in reflection. She has achieved success in that mission through all of us. The feminine, the Great Mother, has achieved success. She has successfully been incarnated into these bodies. She has successfully fulfilled her mission, and now the masculine aspects and reflection of her within each of us, and then depending on who we are as a man or a woman on this earth, you know, in our own unique ways, the masculine is going to reflect that. So we're coming to a place of balance of, we've really got in touch with our hearts, the heart of the feminine, the Great Mother, really understanding our place in why we are here and what we are to do to honor her, protect her, nurture her in reflection of ourselves. But now the masculine part is coming in. So we're gonna really be getting in touch with our hearts, and then knowing that the masculine gets in touch with his heart, and then as a union, as a unified being within and all around us, because we are one unit, we'll begin to see a manifestation come of this heart balance, this shared heart in balance, in harmony with each side. So that is what we need to know. What we need to feel, the Page of Swords. This was the past card before in the last reading. So what I want to say about this is that we need to feel how we were in the beginning of the cycle, really open to a new way of thinking, really open to a new way of being, that inspiration we had, because this is swords, so it's air, it's inspiration. We need to hold on to that inspiration that started this whole cycle. And that's what we need to feel, the inspiration to keep moving, and not just to, you know, of course, honor and respect and be grateful for that new program we just adopted in the beginning, but to always remain open, always be the Page of Swords. He's always within us, as are all the other cards, and always remain open to a new program, not get too comfortable. Like, yes, thank you, Page of Swords, for showing up when you did to get me to where I am now, but I'm also always going to remain feeling inspired. I'm always going to maintain the feeling of inspiration and openness to a new way of thinking, because keeping my mind open is what ultimately leads to higher and higher levels of bliss. Because if we always think we know what bliss feels like, we're only going to feel that layer or that level of bliss. We have to know that our minds are so open that everything is always changing, and that we can always adopt new programs as we shift in alignment with the greater shift happening all around us. That's what we need to feel, the Page of Swords. What we need to do is the Four of Swords. And I love that. What we need to do is the Four of Swords. So it's integration. That's the card of integration. He's resting. It's showing a man with an open tomb. He's laying in the tomb. He's integrating the last cycle as he allows it to, as he let goes of it, as he allows it to die. And the window above him is illuminated, revealing that the next cycle is about to begin. So, wow, boom. What to do? Allow the universe to flow through you, because tomorrow, in 2 days, is the integration activation. So it's perfect timing, of course. No mistakes. It's time to do that. Rest and allow this whole cycle to just sink in. Not only do you deserve it, it is the mission. We must allow this all to sink in so we can allow for the next cycle to begin. Woo! So, just to review, okay? Where we're headed is the Queen of Cups, the Water of Water. We're headed to, sorry about that, you guys. We're the Queen of Cups. We're headed to this future of really getting in touch with our emotions in a way that's raw and real and for the highest, because we already activated our heart, so now we're activated. So as we pull into this new cycle, activated, we're finally ready to even step into that. This wouldn't be coming, it wouldn't be the future card if we weren't ready for it. So she's ready, because the darker side of this, the shadow side, which brings a lot of lessons and always in the end is light, is getting lost in our emotions. But because we are already past that point, Spirit is offering us this now, because we have the ability to do this for the mission in alignment, in a way that is the most responsible, in a way that demonstrates our ability to be the most responsible and carry out this mission successfully. So we're headed there. We're headed to feel fully, be the water of water, fully feel our emotions. And you bet your ass they are in right alignment, because we've already done that. This whole cycle has been about the heart activation. If you didn't see it yet, you can go ahead and watch on my YouTube channel. It's all about the heart as the space holder for the unfolding of the great mystery. There's a video on that. It is the activation for the heart that we've been going through. So again, we have what it takes to be responsible and carry out her mission. No BS, there's only success. No BS, there's only success. What we needed to know, that the feminine has awoken, she has awakened. The masculine is going to reflect that. He's wearing a cloak of earth. He knows that she is the highest honor. He's here to protect her. He's here to act upon her. So we have a queen and a king. Those were the first two cards. Then we have a page. So there's all the royalty, ending with the Four of Swords, which, by the way, is like I said, the integration. So we had the queen, then we had the king. What we need to feel was the Page of Swords. We need to feel the inspiration of remaining ever open to new concepts. The openness is what got us here. Bless it. And the openness is what will get us there. Bless it. And then the ending, again, was the Four of Swords. So we ended with the number 4, balance, structure, foundation. Boom! This is a huge integration. It's not just any integration. The full moon is going to be a huge integration activation. So definitely stay tuned, you guys, because this is like the integration of integrations, being that we started off this entire moon cycle with the new moon initiation activation on an eclipse. Says everything. We initiated with a boom, and we're ending with a surrender, ultimate surrender. Do you feel that? This cycle was a very important alignment that just happened, you guys. The elements are merging. Lots of things are coming together in a whole new way. And because of the merging of these elements, you, being the magician, being the alchemist, are going to embody that in your own unique, beautiful way. And you're going to have new elemental totems, because you're going to be exploring new elements, new worlds, in new ways. So that's going to bring up new animals in those environments. It's going to bring up new flowers, plants, herbs. Pay attention to the natural signs, the natural signs. Pay attention to nature. She is speaking to you loud and clear right now. You're going to have new totems. Pay attention to them. What are they? Those are your lessons for this new cycle. Pay attention. It's important. Pay attention. It's important. It's huge. It's everything. It's your mission. You feel unfulfilled. If you ever feel lack of purpose, look around at your totems. Maybe they're not new ones yet for you, because you didn't conquer the old ones yet to be able to have those elements merge. In order to be the alchemist and allow for the opening of the heart, so that the merging can take place there in the highest, the only way to do that is to see what totems are there right now and know your mission and get through them. Only then will the elements merge. You'll reach the new level, and you'll have new totems, and then those will be your mission. So if you ever feel unfulfilled, look to nature signs around you, see the lessons in them, and then sit and evaluate that. How are those lessons everywhere in my life? Because you can bet your ass they are. Animals and herbs are the most natural guideposts, the most reliable and faithful signs along the journey, along the path. So pay attention, you guys. I gotta get out of this car. I love you! Thank you for following along on this speedy, super active reading, which was so aligned. It really was meant to be that way, you guys, because it's just another reflection of how things are speeding up, and the time is now. Time is now! So we have all this excitement. What are you gonna do with it? We have all this excitement. What are you gonna do that people are looking at me? I'm screaming. I'm screaming. People are looking. They're freaking out. Woo! It's good. Let's use the energy though and channel it, because we can do that. We are doing that. I'll see you in 2 days for the integration activation, the integration of all integrations, y'all. And Shabbat Shalom. And thank you.